Exclusive.
Still like my friends. But good listening. With new drugs, crack, I'm attracting a younger crowd.
Welcome back, everybody, to Prime Time Action Sports. It's a wonderful time of year, not just because we have Shane Bedak here at first visit since, what had to be, the Super Bowl?
Yep, Super Bowl with Michael Coe.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Michael Coe, yep, welcome back. Wearing the Patriots gear like we all predicted. Before we jump into it, we just want to kind of give a recap of what we're going to do going into this show. We're going to talk about the World Series briefly. You know, the Nats out to a 2-0 lead over the Astros. What is going on? Astros the clear favorite. I don't know what's going to go on with that. I think the Nats is just, it might be a sweep. Who would have thought this, you know?
Going up 2-0 is big in a championship.
They dominated last night. Secondly, we're going to talk about NBA being tipped off. So Larry's wearing his Lakers jersey. The Battle of LA. Clippers got the first advantage without Paul George. But we were without Kuzma, in fair respect.
Yep.
So we're going to tune into that. Lakers play Friday. Clippers play Friday as well. We'll be tuning into that, looking to the Lakers talk, all that kind of jazz. Kind of jump into it. We're going to get into debate, get into pick'ems, bold predictions, and finally, we're going to pit these two friends against each other. Friendly fire. Shane, as a tradition, you're going to be on the show right now. Let's talk about sports. What's something that catching your eye in the sports world, just in general?
Got to start with Josh Gordon getting released.
Yep.
Not released. Not
Well,
released
not yet. Placed on the IR, but
yeah.
with the intention of clearing a roster spot.
What is going on with Josh Gordon, man? That's your boy. That's your jersey out there, bro. What's going on?
I don't know. I wouldn't take Sanu over him. I wouldn't take any of those guys over him. So that's just what it is. I mean, unless they're clearing some room to make a big splash in there and sign someone for real. Bring back AB maybe. I don't know.
You really think so?
No. I mean,
so
it's highly unlikely.
So you mentioned the whole thing, him getting on IR. We posted on Instagram of him actually doing the little emojis like this, like thinking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what? What's going on in the mind of Josh Gordon right now? Is he thinking, this is my last stint? Because if you can't make it with the Pats, it's really hard to make it anywhere. Where is he going forward as career-wise and just maybe his life?
Well, we'll start with the viewpoint from the Patriots organization. They put him on IR, and then they said they're planning to waive him. But how it works is that if they waive him before the trade deadline on next Tuesday, if they waive him before that, he's a free agent and he's clear to sign with any team. But if they wait till after the trade deadline, he goes through waivers. And whoever claims him, so the worst teams have the first chance at him. So the Miami Dolphins, the Washington Redskins, they have a chance at him first. And if someone claims him, then the Patriots, if the Patriots release him, then they have to pay his salary for the season. But if some other team claims him, if he goes through waiver claims, then the other team absorbs his salary, and then the Patriots don't have to pay it. And that clears another roster spot and clears more cap space, which is what they need, because technically they still don't have enough for Muhammad's this year's salary.
Okay.
So that's what the Patriots did in that way. So that way, they don't release him, they don't get nothing for him, and they don't have to pay him. Which is, I don't know, it's not a ton of money, but it's smart on the Patriots side. But for Josh Gordon, I don't know what he's thinking. He's like, oh, wow, I don't know what else I could have done. I was all in here. They did everything they could for me.
Sobered up.
He relapsed once, sobered up, though. It looked like he was doing good, but he never really had that breakout game in New England. He never had that big, 150-yard game, 2 touchdowns. We never really got to saw Josh Gordon's full potential because he played, 6 games last year? And then he played, 4 games this year? 5 games?
Yeah.
So we never really saw the full Josh Gordon potential.
You stoked on Sanu or what?
just to back up into that, though.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Josh Gordon, that year he went off, in 2013, he had 158 targets that year.
Damn.
He does better with a team that's just going to, feed him. So, with New England, where they have, all these different weapons.
A lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, he was never really going to, eat up that hard.
Yeah.
So I feel really he might thrive somewhere else as long as he can stay clean.
Yeah.
Because he is a freak athletically.
Yeah, that's a bigger picture, mentally healthy and
that is true,
physically
but
healthy
he has to
stuff.
stay active though.
Yeah. No, I know.
Well,
and the thing,
and probably out of the most talented people in the NFL, he's probably been the least active out of all of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As far as we've seen, so.
Yeah.
And you can't get paid and you can't win if you're not active. So.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't.
It's a big step in, his life right now. He's got to hope that he can find a team that's, like you said, going to feed him.
I hope New England keeps him. I hope that they figure this out, but it seems unlikely. But I liked him on New England. It was a perfect fit.
Yeah. I mean, for him, yeah, that's the best place for him to go. Has Tom came out and said anything about him? Like, even tweeted
Not
or
yet,
said
no.
anything? Yeah. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about Josh Gordon? You want to get into some other things? You know, get into the NFL so far, going to Week 8. This is
Just really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some breaking news this morning. Conor McGregor announced that he's making his UFC return on January 18th at the T-Mobile Arena.
Motherfucking weed from the hospital. Man. Fuck that. Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Shit stink, pink gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls walk to us, wanna do us. Screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pup. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your...
The opponent has yet to be announced because Conor McGregor says the UFC, if he were to announce it, they would flip it on him. But Donald Cerrone, Cowboy, one of the UFC's biggest icons, he posted on Instagram a Budweiser, which he's known for, which all he drinks and stuff, and Conor McGregor's Proper 12, and the title of the location was T-Mobile Arena, so that looks like that's the next...
Damn.
And also in the UFC 244, Madison Square Garden coming up on November 2nd, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. The headline, Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal for the BMF title. It was just announced minutes ago that Nate Diaz has pulled out, and he's going to pull out because he was informed that he had elevated levels of testosterone, which means he might have been tested positive for steroids, which Nate Diaz, we all know, all the UFC fans, he's one of the most clean athletes. He eats all whole foods. He doesn't eat any raw red meat or anything like that. So that's like a big hit on the UFC's part, and that was a fight I was looking forward to, and a lot of people were looking forward to. So we'll see what happens there. But he said he's going to pull out because he's not going to play the game that USADA and UFC are. But that's as far as fighting goes. So it's not going to happen. I guess the main card, or the main event. So
yeah. Well, the McGregor thing, that's really big because you were kind of...
Yeah, and that opens the door because Jorge Masvidal said, I want to fight Conor McGregor. And Dana White, president of UFC, said that, he's too big for Conor. And Conor got upset at that. So will Conor step up and fight in 2 weeks' notice at 170? Maybe. I don't know. That could open the door for a lot of things because who's going to sell the most pay-per-view and who's the best guy to headline Madison Square Garden, the biggest venue for the UFC? It's Conor McGregor.
Yeah, of course.
So I would feel like that's the perfect opportunity for him to step up. But other than that, I'm pretty bummed that Nate Diaz pulled out because I was looking forward to that.
Well, you can't get everything you want, right?
Guess
Sports
not.
world, right?
Guess not.
I want Chargers wins. They don't happen. They come both 1 yard line. Before we get into it, Shane, you were actually here.
Not the only wins you need too, man. Look at this trophy.
Yeah, right.
You're gonna be giving it up after this year.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. So Shane, you came in around week 12, I think, last year, fresh off the Kareem Hunt incident. We're in week 8. This is actually the midway point of the season for the most part, week 8, 9. What do you think so far this season? What's your biggest surprise? Who's your biggest winners and losers going this far?
Biggest winners probably 49ers, just because that was unexpected. 6-0.
Here in October, and he's got this running game working, as you see with Matt Breida. And look at the speed on Breida. What a way to start it. 83-yard touchdown.
I know.
That's a pretty hot start. And as far as biggest losers, maybe the Chargers, honestly. 2-4,
2-5.
2-5.
Yeah, we're 2-5.
They're one game away from being out of playoff contention. In my opinion.
Yeah.
They're already out of it.
They could run the table. They have those.
Mahomes
those second
hurt,
half.
but Mahomes is practicing. He's already in practice.
Yep, he was in limited fashion today. Yeah, no, I agree. If you had to pick an MVP right now, who would it be?
Russell Wilson, probably.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
He's not the leader in the QBR anymore, though.
I know
and
who
pass
it is.
rating.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
I know the pass rating.
Who?
You're not going to believe it. It's Kirk Cousins.
I know.
It's Kirk Cousins' pass rating because he's had the past 4 games he's been on a tear.
After passing for just 10 times.
QBR, I would say it's Aaron Rodgers or Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it's Dak Prescott. Or Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So,
just because of that one game.
Yeah. So I think right now, as far as hype goes, and Aaron Rodgers is just everyone's on the Aaron Rodgers hype train usually. I would say Aaron Rodgers. As if the season were to end today, it would probably be Aaron Rodgers based on popularity.
Really?
But
MVP?
Yeah, and then second, it would be really close between Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers right now. But I think Christian McCaffrey is going to make a strong case if they can, like you said, make the playoffs, and he can break some records like scrimmage yards. So I don't.
He's still second in rushing yards right now. He took a week off.
Mm-hmm.
So. Miss McCaffrey's freaking balling, baby. Do you guys, Shane, Patriot-wise, fantasy-wise, how's everything going? You hyped on your season so far, fantasy-wise, and Patriots-wise, I mean, you can't complain, you're undefeated.
7-0, yep.
Yeah, I mean, fantasy's going all right.
What's your expectation for the Patriots going forward?
I mean, we could just run the table, go 16-0.
You think you're going to go 16-0?
We need wide receivers. We have, no receiving threats whatsoever. I mean, we don't have a strong,
Edelman, Dorsett, Sanu.
No tight ends. We got
Watson.
Ben
White.
Watson.
Ben Watson's like 38.
Rex Burkhead. I'm not a Patriots fan. I can name all those guys off the top of my head. That's all just grinders right there that can get you the distance.
Those are all talented players,
You didn't even have Gordon last year. You don't need him.
I mean, the Patriots, they're a team that each week they're going to shift their identity. And they're gonna bring out the game plan that's gonna help them best to win. Like you'll see them, like we said, like we were talking about it in 2014 on Monday night versus the Colts. Jonas Gray, 200 yards. He had what 200?
That's true.
I think he had 201 yards total and 4 touchdowns. And then we see in the playoffs, like we have Sony Michel grinding it out. Earlier in the season, we got Julian Edelman and Josh Gordon involved, and then we'll get James White involved in the early part of the season. And then they just shift their identity as the season goes on, and the competition gets tougher, and they use different ways to kind of exploit rules somewhat. But I think we're gonna see a lot of different things from New England going on. We're not gonna see. There's gonna be something new. Like there's gonna be something where they're gonna. Like in 2014, they'll use 4 linemen, a guy ineligible on the outside. They're gonna do something crazy like
2
that.
2 tight end sets.
Yeah, they'll mix it up for sure. So I don't think the Josh Gordon thing is as bad as people think, just because New England's gonna win regardless. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Is the Chiefs and Patriots still the favorite to come out of the AFC?
If Mahomes can stay healthy, yes.
Well, if not, let's just say
Texans. I think it's hard to argue. The Texans and the Ravens are up there.
What about the Colts? They beat the Texans.
The Colts too, but I don't think Jacoby Brissett is ready just yet, and I think the team just.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think scheming wise, I think just it favors New England. Just coaching, just all around. They've been there. New England's been there, and the Ravens
one's on the same level either.
Yeah, the Ravens. I think they're still a little young. Lamar Jackson, he's got a little bit of rust to shake off as far as playoffs goes, but I think he'll be something special if he can stay healthy. He runs the ball a lot. And then the Texans, I think they're in prime position to make a playoff run just because they have veterans, guys like J.J. Watt. They got guys on the defense that have been there for a while. And they got a young quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He's finally getting his groove again after being healthy. It's his 3rd year in the NFL.
Texans looking for the lead. Watson circles, flag down. Watson has got the angle for the touchdown.
DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller if healthy. Then they got veterans at the wide receiver position and running back position too. And they got good coaching personnel. So I feel like it's a good time for the Texans. If they're going to make a playoff push, it's now. But other than that, I mean, the Patriots all the way, for sure, in the AFC. That's a lock for me.
Can't really argue with that, Tom Brady could go to what, 10th if they make it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, anything else you want to feed in before we actually overlook Week 7 and jump into Week 8?
Nope.
All right. We'll be right back in a quick sec. Stay tuned.